Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. Got a little hay to get unloaded and stacked in the barn today, but we appreciate y'all watching. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notifications button thing. You know all the things we want you to do, but let's get this unloaded. So yeah, we hauled this hay home. I guess today's Wednesday. We hauled it home on Saturday. I may have made a mistake by waiting a few days to unload it because we're now back under a heat advisory. That's right at 5:30. When I checked the weather at 5 o'clock, it was already 82 with a feels like temperature of 89. So good news, only got 120 bales. I'm actually only unloading half of it. The other half's for my brother, so shouldn't take too long. We'll get it done before it gets too blazing hot. But we can sit here and talk about it, or we can actually get to work. Okay, so 60 bales in the barn. Nice little morning workout there. Whew. About 15 or 20 minutes worth, but I'm glad I'm not unloading all of it. I'll be more than happy for my brother to come get the rest. Now watch, he'll probably ask me if I'll come help him unload his. And I probably will, if time will allow. But that's first thing off the do list. Sun is up now. So we're gonna get some animals fed. Those boys fed. Notice we got a pretty darn nice breeze blowing this morning. But of course it's coming straight out of the south, so it's not very cool. But yeah, see, we've been having to fill up that water trough like every other day for these boys, but caught that rain the other night, filled up all our tubs. Well, it's obvious the ones that have a crack and don't really hold water. But yeah. Rain's nice for a lot of reasons. That's just one of the small ones. Couldn't get the camera turned on fast enough, but Sadie ran off down the hill barking. We had a coyote cross right here. Yeah, and of course I don't have a rifle with me. He stopped and looked back for just a split second. I don't know if I'd had one that I would have had time to gotten a bead on him, but it's really breezy this morning. I know I already said that once, but if a man was in the lawn mowing business, you could start mowing before daylight today. No dew to speak of. I think that's why, or I know it's why, one reason, or at least part of the reason, that that rain is so important. The moisture we got, and there's still moisture in the ground here. You can tell where the ground's a little more bare there. But they're saying, the evaporation rate over these next few days for us is going to be really, really high because it's going to get super hot. Hotter than it's been, thus far this summer. So, yeah, we were really, really fortunate to get that rain we did. We even caught just a tiny little shower, I guess, early yesterday morning. The bigger rain was 2 mornings ago. But, yeah, I was going to rotate pasture this morning. I think we still will, but we're right here at the feed bunks, and you'll notice the only animals we see are the dogs. I think I hear them back. Oh, no, there comes some over the ridge top there. Come on, boys! Woo! But we'll see if we can get them, most all of them gathered up right here, and then they'll take off following us. Gotta go on down the hill, across the ditch, and yeah, you can see the openings over there into the next pasture. So I believe I've counted correctly. We're still only at 63. So a couple short, but we're gonna go ahead and move these. We'll try to count them again as they come through the gate. I may have been off. If not, we'll just leave the gate open and a straggler or two can find their way through later on today. There you go, y'all go on through there. single file, preferably, so I can count you. All right, so they all made it through. There's the last one there. So, pasture's rotated. We just got to get through. It rained like 1.25 inches here. So, it's enough. It may have washed it just a little more there, but you know, one good thing with the drought, because again, there's always a silver lining in any bad situation, is we haven't had to deal with that spot washing over the last 2 months, basically, a month and a half anyway. But to give you another idea of just how dry it was, you said you got a nice little mud hole there, but this ditch here, which getting it kind of straightened back out and whatnot, and probably putting a culvert in it, will be part of the project, fixing that over there. There's a spring on up through here, kind of around the corner. We're, I don't know, 200-300 feet away from it. I would say for the majority of the year, this ditch runs, you know, at least a trickle with that spring. And of course, it had gone completely dry. And then, I mean, there's a little bit of water just in some footprints here and there. But yeah, even with that rain, it wasn't enough to get that ditch back really steadily flowing again. We are blessed though, because there's another spring just back up through there, kind of winds, and these two kind of both join over here in the woods. I was gonna see if it looked like it had its kind of other ditch running, and now same situation. It kind of comes out through there, and you can see, yeah, it's muddy in there, but there's no water. Yeah, the only water to speak of is just in a few real low spots. So still really dry. We're still praying for more rain. We you know, right now again it's still kind of damp and sticky on top, but not gonna last too long with this heat wave, which I think, looking at kind of these national forecasts and whatnot, whole country's under a heat wave, or is gonna be. But we're gonna get on through here, get that gate shut behind us. Then we'll go ahead and put some feed out for them up here. I never fed them up there this morning. Got the crew up there eating. But you see, we got what, 6 or 8 down here, all in one spot. Really interested in grazing something. So the forage nerd in me, like, I gotta see what has their attention so clearly focused right there. I'm betting it's just gonna be some crabgrass. They love crabgrass. We, you know, a lot of folks around here, even, you know, kind of myself included, will kind of cuss it, you know, out there in your yard, just because, hey, we have a nice, you know, Bermuda yard. You don't want to see that crabgrass coming up, but it actually makes it an excellent summertime forage, and that is exactly what they're targeting right there. Nice and dark green. And we hadn't put any fertilizer down in this pasture in heck, I couldn't tell you. I don't guess I ever have since we've owned it, which we haven't owned this place, but for what? I can't even tell you, less than 5 years anyway. But yeah, they love them some crabgrass, and you know, I've seen multiple people say that crabgrass, you know, has actually saved them, you know, during the summertime, kind of this time of year, especially when you have mostly a fescue or a cool season based, you know, forage or forage program. That having that little bit of crabgrass, a lot of times that, you know, it's just volunteer, comes up naturally, really get you through these hot months. Made it back from in town like usual. I did have to run into the office for just a few minutes today. We're gonna get this tractor moved inside, and then get that little bit of hay that's still on that trailer back under the barn, because that's my brother's. I'm not sure when he's gonna come get it. Not that there's any rain to speak of in the forecast anytime soon, but we'll just have it back under there where it won't matter. I'm gonna get the tractor moved in the shed, because we need to hook up to the mobile bin and move it down to the other farm. So I'm gonna play kind of musical farm equipment vehicles, whatnot. But yeah, tractor in the shed, hay trailer in the shed, then unhook the truck and hook onto there. believe that's as far back as we can go. Yeah, gonna unhook that right there and then hook onto that feed bin. All right, so got her unhooked there. So we leave our buckets. Yeah, set our buckets under there. They'll come up here and nose around them. Important to have that on there too, so they don't open the lever and just go ahead and eat the whole darn thing one afternoon and then possibly all bloat and die or something like that. But don't know where they are. It's about 10:30 now. The breeze is keeping it relatively comfortable, but it's hot, so I imagine they're laid up in the shade somewhere. But got that delivered. We'll be back down here tomorrow in the morning. I can't talk. Cocklebur, do a little weed control, and feed them. But I think we had them deliver 3 tons. I actually don't know if it all fit in here, if they had to finish up on one of the other bins home, but if there is 3 tons in there, or even if there's not, either way, it's gonna last us a while. We don't feed them that much, but yeah, we're gonna get back to the house. Just gotta get some other stuff done. So we got a little bit of fence patching to do. Our old friend, number 503, was jumping over the fence here, right in front of me one afternoon. Oh, it may have been a week or so ago. But yeah, just more evidence of why she's got to go. Had somebody in the comments on a few videos back complaining that's my fault, I should have better fences, she shouldn't get cold because of, you know, my inadequacies, you know. Okay, whatever, you know, there's roughly, count calves and all and the heifers, everything, there's, I don't know, between 80 and 90 head out here. We have one that jumps in and out. Now, she is the problem. You know, she's the exception. The others are the rule. But again, thankfully just cross fence. But like always, what really ticks me off is that the pasture was no different on either side of the fence. Like the amount of forage, grazing, whatever, however you want to call it, like it was nearly identical. It wasn't a nickel's worth of difference. But now, she just, the whole family and I, we'd ridden down the hill on the Pioneer, kind of stopped right over there. She just walks right over to it and just jumps, just like, that's totally normal. That's fine. But anyway, enough rambling, ranting about her. It's really, I guess, just one broken wire. Now there's gonna be another broken wire, just some super loose wires in there. Yeah, just where she broke it there. But we'll get those tied back together and this will be patched up. Like every patch job we do on the fences, far from perfect, but a lot better than it was. So got 4 wires there. My goodness, if she tries to jump that, I mean, she probably will again. I'm gonna say she's gonna have roughly another 2.5, 3 weeks with us, and by her I'm referencing the 503 and any of the others that check open. Kind of my tentative plan is probably about 10 days from now, next weekend, today's Wednesday, preg test them, weather permitting. I mean, if it's actually this breeze blowing right now, it's a fairly comfortable day, even though we're technically under a heat advisory starting about 20 minutes ago. Catch a day where it's at least decently cool first thing. We'll start early in the morning, get their blood drawn, get that sent off, you know, a few days later get all our results back. Then we can go through, figure out which cows we're taking to town. But she's definitely one of them, so they'll probably be in this pasture maybe one more time between now and then, so it may get tested. We'll see. There's just that loose alfalfa that I swept out of the hall of the barn after we unloaded that this morning. Figured it'd be a nice little treat for a few of the girls. It won't go very far, but well, let's see if they approve. It smells incredible. Even just this stuff here, I mean, which of course the whole barn smells like it right now, but I can imagine they're not going to want to eat it. Yeah, y'all eat that up. Now, y'all don't get spoiled with alfalfa, really, ever. Unique circumstances like this, about it. But, oh yeah, and the bulls over here like, oh, hello ladies. Hadn't seen y'all in about a month. I was just talking about how good it smells, which, I mean, it's that grass how we put up with the cows smells really good. Especially with that alfalfa here in the barn. It's really nice. Like Yankee Candle ought to come up with a way to market that idea. But if you're watching from Yankee Candle and you do, I will expect royalties of some kind or something like that. But got a bunch of stuff done. It's only noon. I don't know what else we're gonna get into the rest of the day. It's probably gonna just about wrap it up for the video though. I know I need to run into town and do a few more little things. Do have softball this afternoon, get my daughter to, stuff like that. But we're getting ready to go out of town here in just a few more days, and so it's tying up some loose ends. Really need to get that feed bin moved and whatnot, and yeah, a little patching here and there on fence and whatnot, getting some animals moved around. Yeah, that pasture rotation was a big one. But appreciate y'all watching. A bunch of stuff coming up. Now that we have finally gotten that rain, as soon as we get back in town, we're gonna be on the mowers, get some hay cut, weather permitting. I mean, heaven forbid there be rain in the forecast, which now we'll be happy for that. Preg testing, preg checking those cows, that's really gonna be probably top of the priority list, especially if there is some rain in the forecast and we can't be on the tractor mowing hay. Then of course, once we get pregnancy results back, we'll be culling, open cows, along with a few others that just aren't gonna be with us going forward, 503. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. The channel's really grown a lot lately. If you're new, we really thank you for joining us, people who share it. We love that. But as always, y'all remember, eat beef and God bless.